It is my privilege to introduce Jeff Bitton. Now, I'm going to let Jeff tell his story because I think it's an incredible story, but it's better to hear it from him. Everybody got a little bit of a snapshot of what Jeff has created, and he created it for business, but he's got a part of it that helps you as a job seeker. Jeff, thank you for coming today, and I think everybody's excited to hear from you.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Steve. I'm glad to be here. Steve, real quick, can you kind of give me the makeup of the room? Like who's in here and is everybody job seeking right now? Are they all in the same type of space that they're looking for employment? Um, just
Yeah.
kind of a general
Yeah,
feel.
matter of fact, I'll just call on people and let them do a quick. Can you
Great.
do a 20 if everybody can do a 20-second? I'll take us off spotlight so everybody can see everybody. We'll start with Michael.
Yes, I am looking for a job. Been separated from my last employer for about 2 months now. I'm in the nonprofit space. I'm really marketing, sales background is what I do. But yes, I'm actively looking and looking to network.
Perfect. Perfect time. Cindy, tell everybody what tell Jeff what you're looking for.
Sure. Cindy Mudge looking for head of HR, head of talent roles.
Okay. Thank you, Cindy. Allison.
Allison Gapter, sorry, my camera's not working. Looking for director level and above for partner marketing roles.
Okay. Next, Jessica.
I'm Jessica. I am looking for program and project management in the healthcare industry, preferably, but I'm open to any opportunities, and I'm very interested in finding a job as soon as possible.
Okay. Next is Dexter. You're muted, Dexter.
There we go. Yes, hi. I am looking for kind of like a corporate finance or management consulting role. Um, and I'm not looking for something immediately, but looking long term, just been recently let go.
Okay. Thank you. Sheena.
I'm still assessing what I'm looking for, but I am open to the right position, I guess. I don't know how else to put it, but yeah, I am looking for my next career.
Okay. David.
Name is David Hathaway. I'm an IT project manager looking for a senior project manager role or a project manager role in the tech industry, and I am actively looking.
Delmer.
Project engineer. I'm worked in the manufacturing sector. I'm currently looking at different roles and be able to work with work with technical teams, and that's me.
Okay. Next up is Kim.
Hi, I'm Kim Christensen. I'm looking for a director role in supply chain, specifically in sourcing and contracting. I've got extensive experience in healthcare. I got spent the last 7.5 years in manufacturing. I'm looking for something in healthcare, aerospace, or tech.
Thank you. Kent is next.
I'm Kent Gottfredson. I've been a business process engineer in the service industry in banking and specifically looking for something maybe more in the consulting role to help companies get better from a lean perspective, like Lean Six Sigma perspective. And I'm actively looking. Thank you.
Dax.
Hi, I'm Dax. I am in marketing, looking for marketing leadership roles, marketing strategy, brand strategy, senior marketing leadership and above. So,
Thanks, Dax. Next is Stephen.
Hey, I'm Steve Lachey. So, yeah, I've been in QA for about 20 years. So I'm looking for something in quality assurance, software or hardware in a leadership role.
Next is Jason.
Yeah, I'm Jason Green. It seems like I should get 59 seconds in this current context, but yeah, I'm a software developer. Been doing that for 30 plus years and was let go from a company after 30 plus years.
Next is Nick.
I'm Nick Gates. I'm a operations manager. At least that's what I was doing. I'm looking for similar role, operations management, leadership, in the composites or aerospace manufacturing.
Next is Mitch.
I'm a IT professional working in infrastructure, building systems, coding. Also, out looking for a job.
And I'm Steve Botter. I'm a transition coach.
Love it. Okay, thank you so much. That really helps. Okay, I'm going to give you a quick little background here, and then I'm just going to show you a new tool that you can start using that'll astronomically help your networking to find the right position. And I'll show you how to use these. We call them pitch cards. My story is, so I went and sold pest control door to door for 4 years to get through college. Did pretty well at that. And then I started up a little carpet cleaning company in Rexburg, Idaho when I was going through school. And I went and sold carpet cleaning services door to door. And I always knew that if I could talk to somebody in person, the chances of them becoming one of my clients went way up. Like it was kind of weird how I would knock on somebody's door and oftentimes 5 or 10 minutes later walk away with a check or a credit card in hand when they didn't know who I was beforehand. They'd never seen or heard of my company. But there was something that happens when you can become a human to people. Through the metaverbal, the nonverbal communication that allows you to emotionally connect with somebody and build a foundation of trust much faster than if you're just words or if you're a link or a website or a headshot or a logo or a star rating or whatever it is. And so I spent the next 9 years building up that carpet cleaning company. I ended up buying out another company in Fresno, California. That one went well, so we bought another company in Houston, Texas. And things didn't go well with that Houston company because of the restoration side of it right after Hurricane Harvey, and we can control like the partnerships that were starting to happen between big water damage mitigation companies in the insurance space. They left us little guys out in the cold. And we lost a lot of money that year. And we were desperately trying to figure out how to turn the tide and how to bump up our cleanings to make up for the losses that we were taking with restoration. And we were spending tons of money on Google and Yelp and HomeAdvisor and Thumbtack and Angie's List, trying to get our name, our brand, all of our just our reputation out there. And there came kind of a depths of despair moment in the end of 2018 where we were super frustrated. We were spending tons of money, not getting the kinds of results that we were hoping for. We'd been marketing and advertising on all the different platforms. And I had an experience one time when I was driving to work. I'm like, what is the difference? Like when I used to do door-to-door sales, I showed up with a clipboard and a t-shirt. I didn't have any reviews, any ratings. Nobody had recommended me. And nobody had heard of the company that I was with. And I was going and knocking on doors. And if I could talk to somebody, there was a really good chance that they were going to end up purchasing our service. Yet online, we had all the star ratings, all the reviews. We were paying a lot, so we were always ranked in the top 4 or 5. And we had all the discounts and sales and links and everything that we thought people wanted. Yet we got so many tire kickers or so many people that I mean, it was just there was no way for them to really trust us, even though we had as many star ratings or as better star ratings than anybody else. And so I thought, what is the difference? Because online, I thought people had everything that they wanted, yet their conversion rate is way lower and it's way more expensive. But on the doors, I didn't have any of those ratings. I didn't have any reviews. I didn't have anything else. Yet those people came on a lot faster. And that's when I realized that people were hiring me as a human being rather than the company logo that I represented. And so I thought, I wish there was a way that I could be human to people and just let people know, kind of see my personality, get to know, like, and trust me a lot faster than what they are online. And so we ended up creating this new platform, and we've been working on this for the last 5 years, but I'm going to share my screen if that's okay.
Yeah.
And let me show you this new platform called Pitch59 that allows everybody to, there's a couple of things. It allows you to share your 59-second elevator pitch with everybody, but it also makes it so that anybody in the world can refer and introduce you to their contacts in just a few seconds. So before I go in and show you the pitch cards, I want to also just explain what I did for when I was in college. I studied economics, but I did my internship for the LDS Employment Resource Services down in Guatemala, and we help people get jobs down there. And the number one thing that we always helped people with was making sure that they had all their ducks in a row, their resume, their cover letters, anything that employers would need. And then we taught them how to network. But back then, I knew that it was a messy process because we were telling people to send their resume to their friends and families and to ask them to share it with other people. And I'm like, that's just not a good experience. Like, if you want people to refer and make introductions for you, you've got to make them look good. And they don't look good as if all you are is a resume and they're sending a piece of paper to somebody for you. So anyway, let me show you kind of how these pitch cards work. We have two different types of pitch cards. We have business pitch cards and resume pitch cards. The first one I'm going to show you is the business side because it'll make sense once you see the resume side here. So I'm going to play my pitch for you here, and then I'll show you kind of the details on the pitch card, and then I'll show you the resume pitch cards.
Hi, I'm Jeff, and once upon a time, I did door-to-door sales to earn enough money to get through college. It wasn't the most glamorous job, but it taught me something invaluable: the art of storytelling. Fast forward 13 years, I was building my own small businesses, but was consistently running into a frustrating roadblock. The big marketing platforms I advertised on were impersonal and seemed designed for the big players with deep pockets, leaving small businesses like mine struggling to get noticed. I missed the days of door-to-door where I could share my story in a way that was quick, concise, and relatable for a customer to get to know, like, and trust me before they'd slam the door in my face. Then one day I had an idea. What if there was a platform where everyone could share their 59-second story? And what if those stories were on shareable cards and anyone could introduce them to their friends in just a few seconds? And what if we created a community of those cards where they could all network and help each other? Welcome to Pitch59, where it's not about how big your business is, it's about your story. And we believe every story deserves to be shared.
All right, so on this business pitch card, once again, I want to reiterate, anybody that's looking for a job, you'll use the resume pitch cards, not the business pitch cards. If you do have a job or if you're employed, you'll need to switch over and start using the business pitch cards, and there's several reasons for that. But up in the top right corner of my pitch card, you're going to see contact options there. If I tap on that, that's got all the different ways that people can get in touch with me. So any method that I want them to be able to contact me, they can. If they tap the message button, it's going to flip over my pitch card and they can chat with me on the back of my pitch card. If they tap schedule, it'll take them to my calendar and they can schedule an appointment with me right there. They can favorite my pitch card. They can also tap on my logo and it'll take them straight to our website. If they tap down below my name, we call that the About Me section. Then they'll get my full written elevator pitch. It's got my contact options there as well. It's got all of my links. So this kind of doubles as a link tree as well. So you can attach as many links and social medias or whatever you want to this pitch card. You can also attach video testimonials or video references from any previous employers, from friends, family, anybody that knows and can vouch for you. You can either upload those video testimonials or they can just leave them on your pitch card. But it allows everybody to vouch for you up to 59 seconds. Every video on Pitch59 is less than 59 seconds, which is why our platform is called Pitch59. And then it's got a photo gallery where you can add in as many photos, files, or documents as you want. You can add PDFs. You can add whatever you'd like to this. You can add your bio and more info down there at the bottom. And then everything goes with that pitch card. So I can share my pitch card with anybody, and within about 5 to 10 seconds, you can make a full three-way introduction for me. So I'd actually like to experiment with you right now. If you'll open up the cameras on your phone, I'm gonna go ahead and share my pitch card with you, and then I'll show you how you can save my contact information and you can share or refer me to somebody else in just a few seconds here. So I'm gonna swipe up on my pitch card, and you can share pitch cards through any method. They work through text, email, QR code, AirDrop. Each pitch card has its own link as well. So you can attach it to any PDFs or documents that you want. And then once you get my pitch card, it should show up on your screen. Oh, I'll leave it up if somebody didn't get it there. Can you guys give me a thumbs up real quick if my pitch card showed up on your screen? Awesome. Okay. All right, so my pitch card is completely functional. You don't have to have the app. You don't have to log in. You don't have to download anything. It's completely functional for you. If you'll go ahead and tap the Save Contact button on my pitch card, that'll save my contact information and my pitch card to your contacts. And then after you do that, if you'll go back and tap the Share Pitch Card button, I'm going to show you what that looks like on somebody else's pitch card. It'll look like this. And all you do is just tap the Introduce button. Once you tap Introduce, it's going to automatically create a full three-way introduction for you with that person's phone number, their default message with how they'd like to be introduced, and their pitch card. So all you do if you want to refer that person to somebody else is just add somebody else's name. So I could put Joel on here, and I can introduce Michael Johnson to Joel Buse that really easily by just adding his name and then tapping send. And Michael's already pre-written what he wants me to say in that message there. It's got his pitch card, so he's going to come to life and talk to Joel when I send the introduction here. Joel is actually going to get to know Michael before he even responds to my text message, to this three-way text message. And I don't have to do anything. It took me about 5 or 6 seconds to make three-way introductions for anybody that has a pitch card. So the way that you use your pitch card is as a business card for job seeking here. So that with this, now I'm going to go to the resume pitch card site here. Let me go to, I'm going to show you, actually, let me just do it from here. So we have a bunch of colleges and universities that have started partnering with Pitch59 now. But the general idea is, I'm going to show you a couple of examples here that your pitch card allows employers, recruiters, anybody else to get to know, like, and trust you before they've even met you. 70% of employers' decisions are based on emotional connection, on human connection. Yet all we do is send employers PDF documents with credentials. But what they're really needing to see is not just that you have the talent and skill, but that you're the right personal fit for their company, that there's an emotional connection that happens where they get to know, like, and trust you as well. So let me just show you, I'll show you a couple of different pitches here, and then I'll show you how the resume pitch cards work.
Hi, my name is Kendall Bench, and I am a 1L at BYU Law School. As a law student, we often get asked what made us decide to go to law school. For me, it's been a passion since the time I was young. I remember taking a packet full of Supreme Court cases to study on the drive to prom. I always try and see things from other people's perspectives, and I often find myself playing devil's advocate in difficult situations. During my undergraduate studies, I participated.
Okay, I'm just going to show you a little bit of this, but now I can tap on her contact options and I can get in touch with her there. I can tap message, it'll flip over her pitch card and I can chat with her there. I can tap on her resume and it'll pull up her resume there. If I tap on the About Me section, it'll have the other details and links and stuff if she wants to share those. It's by no means required, but it just allows everybody to share whatever you'd like with other people so that they can get to know you. This is a cool one here. Let me just show you a little bit.
Can you turn it up a little bit?
Oh, yeah. Oh, in fact, this guy doesn't, oh, he's not looking for employment anymore. This is, I know this guy. So he's taken his video off of this. You can have a written only pitch card if you'd like, and you don't have to have a video if you don't want to. It's just far more effective if you do have a pitch video on your pitch card. Let me do this though. I'm going to go through and show you just a couple of examples here. Let me turn up the volume here too.
Take 77,801.
Hi, my name is Spencer Corbett. I'm an MBA student at Utah Valley University. I actually grew up in a small town, middle of New Mexico. There I played soccer, track, basketball, did a little bit of fishing. I also worked for a little while in the oil field. One of the things that's unique to me is that I'm an orchardist. I love being able to work with little tiny fruit trees and grow them into something great, but also knowing that if you treat them right and work them through a process with the right work, you can guarantee that they will flourish. And that's what I'm really good at. In my last role as VP of Ops, I was able to take any product, any kind of client request and make them flourish by putting them through a process, working with my employees and working with the client as well and understanding what they're.
So you kind of get the idea, like this, your elevator pitch isn't a specific pitch to a company. It's more just a generalized pitch about who you are, what your background is, what's important to you, your hobbies, talents, that kind of stuff. You want to give people a little bit of a window into your life because they can get the other information on your resume right there. What they don't get from your resume is your personality, your a lot of your other interests, the way that you talk, the intonation in your voice, your body language, the way that you dress, your appearance, all that kind of stuff. So it just allows employers, it's almost like getting your first interview without having to go into the interview. So it saves you time if you're just not the right fit for an employer, but it also saves the employer a lot of time because they can go through and watch a 59-second elevator pitch, get intrigued by the right candidates, and then bring them in for their interview. I'll show you just a couple of different examples of some of the different ways that people are using resume pitch cards here. So I'll just show you the first 10 or 15 seconds of some of these.
My name is Madeline Longman. I'm 22 years old and I am a marketing student at BYU in the Marriott School of Business. I have always loved marketing. It's been a big passion of mine throughout my life. I think I love it because it combines my love of people as well as business.
Hello, my name is Jacob Payton. I'm 23 years old, and I'm an HVAC student in the Lone Star Community College system. I'm looking for jobs in the HVAC field, and I feel like I would be a good addition to any company that would take me on board because I'm a fast learner, I have a good work ethic, and I'm flexible.
Hi, my name is Melissa Andrew, and I'm a BYU student studying Experience Design and Management. Experience Design and Management is pretty much the designing and creation and implementation of meaningful and transformational experiences for others. Experience design students can go into all sorts of industry.
Hi, my name is Beth Decker, and I am a returning non-traditional student at BYU pursuing my bachelor's degree in business management with an emphasis on experience design and management. I've worked in human resources over the last 10 years, and I am intrigued with the employee experience. I've worn many hats, including onboarding, offboarding.
So you kind of get the idea. Let me show you one of my favorite. Oh, this one was really good. Several of these are actually, let me show you Craig Middlemiss here.
Hello there, my name is Craig Middlemiss. I'm an experienced event designer, trade show specialist, and art director with over 15 years of experience. I have a proven track record of creating exciting and unforgettable experiences that ignite brands and foster connections. Let's face it, most booths at trade shows are boring and lack engagement. You don't want your booth to be just another forgettable experience. That's where I come in. My superpower is creating.
Okay, so now, and just once again, let's say Craig Minimus. In fact, I did this with Craig. He reached out to me on LinkedIn after he created his resume pitch card and just asked me if I'd share it with a few people that I know. So what I did was I just tap, you can either tap share pitch card or swipe up on it and tap introduce. It'll do everything for you. It puts in his phone number, his default message, his pitch card. So I just started entering in different employers that I knew that might be interested in doing that kind of thing or hiring him, because I knew that they attended trade shows, they had needs for graphic design and that kind of stuff. And so I made those introductions. This is a really good pitch. He was at BYU as well. I've got several of these BYU ones in this pocket because I put them in there a long time ago when BYU was the first school that partnered with us. But let me just show you this guy's pitch because I think he did a really good job.
Hi, my name is Vinny Friedrich. I'm from Brazil and I'm currently studying business at Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah. Some of my passions are marketing and sales, and the reason why is because I came from a different environment and my way out was through sales. Through sales, I was able to set up plans and goals and network with people so that I could come to the United States and learn Spanish and English and go to college. I also love soccer, taekwondo, and giving back to the community. I believe that it doesn't matter what your title is, what your
pitch cards are a great place to put your beliefs, like your core beliefs, what you believe in, the type of person that you are, that kind of thing. And then I'm going to kind of end with this. This is a younger guy that, so I was doing a demo for a client one time that was coming on to Pitch59, and we just happened to, I'll show you the resume carousel in just a second, but I was going through the resume carousel, just showing him how pitch cards worked. And we ended up watching this kid's elevator pitch here. And after I showed the pitch to this client, I swiped down and put him in one of my network pockets there. I'll show you the pockets as well. And then right after that meeting, I called Hayden up and said, would you be interested in doing an internship with Pitch59? And he said, oh, that'd be my dream job. And I hadn't even looked at his resume yet. Once I show you his video, you'll understand why I didn't even need to look at his resume. But he started with us as an intern, and then he came on part-time after his internship was over. And then he just graduated about, I don't know, 6-8 months ago. And he has now, in fact, just a couple of months ago, we made him our CX director at Pitch59. He's fantastic. But the way that I knew I had an inkling that he was really good was because of this pitch. Watch this.
My name is Hayden Underwood from West Jordan, Utah, and I'm currently studying Experience Design and Management at BYU Marriott. EXDM perfectly fuses business management, psychology, and design. We become experts on design principles and the anatomy of a good experience and how they can be leveraged by a business to engage and increase customer loyalty. I'm looking to contribute to the success of your business as a UX UI designer. Currently, I'm looking for full-time summer internships from May to August 2023. When coming to college, I was completely undecided about what I wanted to go into. I had skills and passion for filmmaking, stats, technology, psychology, and then business. I felt that if I chose any one of those paths, then I would be sacrificing my talent and passion in the other areas. To my amazement, I discovered that UX design combines all my areas of interest. It's about understanding people, collecting and analyzing data. It's in the business tech space, and it's about visual communication and storytelling. I finally found a career field that involves all my talents and passions, and I'd love to bring it to your team.
Anyway, I didn't even need to see his resume. I just called him up and said, "Hey, you need to interview with our HR department," and he did. And they did. We did go through the formal interview process with him. But what I did was I just introduced him to our HR by doing a three-way text like this, and had him schedule an appointment with him. And I essentially said, I told the HR, I'm like, you can go ahead and go through the interview process with him, but I want him on my team. So whatever you need to do, like pull the strings, like make this happen. He has been fantastic. He's an incredible asset on our team. But let me just tell you a couple of the psychological reasons that we ended up bringing Hayden onto our team. First of all, he's very well spoken. Like it was clear that he's like one of those people that can communicate really well with other people. The other thing is he's very thoughtful. Like he really went into detail about what he wanted, what his goals were, what all those kinds of things. And I loved that. He presented himself well. And then he's given the fact that he was applying for a job that requires some video work and like technology experience, the fact that he edited his video to make it professional and make it look really good was a huge draw for us. If you're a professional videographer, you don't want to send a simple little video, like a selfie video, over to an employer. If you're an accountant, they would expect that or something like that. But if you're a professional videographer, you've got to make sure that you're like setting the bar for whatever type of position you're going into. So anyway, I thought he was so good. And anyway, it's been a fantastic experience ever since. But let me tell you about Hayden's experience. When he created this resume pitch card, he told me on that very first call when I talked to him, he said, I've sent out 73 applications and resumes to different companies trying to get an internship. And he said, I haven't heard back from any of them. And he said, the fact that you just watched my pitch and reached out to me, he's like, I'm a huge believer in your product because it allows people like me that don't have a ton of experience or don't have the right experience to be able to still be human to people and let my personality maybe carry me the rest of the way where my experience might be lacking. And so if you have the experience, like many of you have great experience, but if you can be a human being to those potential employers as well, it takes you a different step. It puts you on a different level than a lot of the other people that are applying for the same type of positions. So, okay, let me just explain a couple of things about the Pitch59 platform, and then I'll show you how you can use your resume pitch cards. So, all right, so you can grab your pitch cards and you can swipe down and put them in network pockets. Think of these as a new age Rolodex. So if I go down to the bottom where it says my network there, Pitch59 is an entire network. So everybody that has a pitch card is on this platform. So I can go to I can put people in these different pockets, and then I can go and grab their pitch cards whenever I want and just make an introduction for that person to somebody else. And it'll, like I said, it'll do all the work for me. So if you have a resume pitch card, I would actually hope that you'll send it to me, and I'll put you in a couple of these different resume pockets that I have. So if I'm talking to an employer, or if there's a specific request where you want me, let's say I have connections to the founder of Domo or a Pattern or somebody like that. I may not be hiring right now, but that doesn't mean that I don't have 15 friends or people that I know really well that are hiring that might be interested in your services. And if you have a pitch card, it makes it incredibly easy for me to refer you. It just takes all the friction out of making the referral and introduction for you. The other thing is, it makes me look good to share people that have a pitch card. Like, because you're a human being, I'm introducing two human beings to each other rather than just a piece of paper to a human being. And so it makes me look good. And that's one of the things that we really pound on with all pitch cards is you have to make people look good if they're going to make introductions and referrals for you. It's just like social media. People don't share things unless it makes them look good as well. So the better your pitch is, the better and I want to be very clear on this. You don't have to have a professional video. Some of the best videos, like that Matthew or Vinny Friedrich, he didn't have a professional video and he made several mistakes in his video, but it was so engaging and he did such a good job of showing his personality that he was another guy that I reached out to asking if he'd like to come and work with Pitch59. He had already gotten an opportunity over in Ohio with a bigger company, so he didn't do that. But eventually one day I'd love to bring him on as well. let me show you just a couple of other things about your pitch card. So above your pitch card in the top right corner, there's a button that says more there. When you tap on that, it's got your analytics for your pitch card too. So you can see how many times it's been shared. In fact, Steve, this might be something that you even want to get numbers on for those that have created resume pitch cards. They can come back and report on how many shares their pitch card has gotten. If you scroll down, you can see how your pitch card is being shared. You can see who's sharing it, what method they're using to share it, when they're doing it. If the other person that's sharing you doesn't have the app, it'll just say unknown because we don't know who that person is, but we know that somebody's sharing your pitch card. And then you can see when people are watching your pitch, liking your pitch, contacting it, saving it to their contacts and everything. We also give you success tips. So we'll tell you what to do with your pitch card. So if you're trying to build your network, we give you a daily success challenge here. And each day it'll give you a different idea on what you can do, but you can always access all of the success tips by going to that little success tip section there. We have video tutorials on how to use the app there. You can download your QR code and put it on any print marketing, on any PDFs or anything else where people are going to be scanning. When you go to trade shows, it's one of the coolest experiences. They're going to ask for your resume. And when you just share your pitch card with them, they're like, what's this? And then they can save it to their information. They can email it. They can text it to other people right there on the spot. They can access everything without having to download the app or anything else as well. So that's the more button above your pitch card. Just to the left of that is your edit button. You can change all of your pitch card information whenever you want. One of the beautiful things about this is if you go out and send your resume and your application to 50 different companies right now, and then let's say next week you decide that you need to change your resume, well, you have to go back through and send your resume to all those companies again. Well, if you send people your pitch card, all you do is just update your pitch card and it's automatically updated wherever you've ever sent it to. So if I update my pitch card now, you guys have already saved my pitch card to your contacts. If I change my pitch or change my resume or anything like that on my pitch card, it'll automatically update on your phones. So you can update all of your information whenever you want. You get to control the three-way introduction when people make those referrals for you. You can create a default referral request message. So I can sit here at my desk and I can text 15 people in a row and it'll do all the work for me, explaining what I want them to do with my resume pitch card. You get to control what that message is when you text your pitch card to other people. You can also add as many links to your pitch card as you'd like. You put on your categories and different things that you're looking for there at the top. And then you put on a cover photo. Make sure your cover photo, by the way, is a landscape orientation, rectangular photo. Don't do the portrait and vertical picture. It won't look good on your pitch card. If you don't need a logo for resume pitch cards. In fact, I should be showing you on the resume pitch card side of this, but I'm almost done, so I'll just go through this. And then one of the coolest parts is we have an AI elevator pitch creator that'll help you script your pitch for you. So you don't have to worry about trying to figure out exactly what to say in your elevator pitch. All you do is just answer 5 questions, and then Pitch59 will generate your elevator pitch for you. You can tweak or edit that. In fact, we strongly encourage you to tweak or edit that. Make it your own. Don't make it sound like somebody else. But the AI elevator pitch creator, it doesn't make up any information. It only uses the information that you put into it in order to generate your elevator pitch. So it's still very much you. And then the last step is you get to choose how you want to do your pitch. If you just want to do a written pitch only, then you just tap that button and tap finish, and you're ready to go. If you're ready to do your written plus video pitch, then you can either upload a video if you have it edited or if you have a professional help you or something like that. Remember, it has to be less than 59 seconds. And then if you tap the record button, say you want to do it here on the app, we've built in a teleprompter for you. So it's already got your elevator pitch in there for you, and you can just record it right here on the app. And it'll probably take you several times of doing this. Just from speaking from my own experience, oftentimes it'll take you anywhere between 5 and 20 times to record the pitch before you get one that you like. But you just keep going until you get the right one. We also have pitch tips, pitch topics. We've got the teleprompter and a 59-second countdown timer for you there. And you record it in landscape mode, by the way. Don't record it in vertical portrait mode. Okay, I've done a lot of talking. Do you want me to just kind of open it up for questions, Steve, or do you have anything else that you want to add to this?
That'd be great. I think one question, yeah, I guess I think everybody's wondering. There's two. There's the business end of it, and there's the job seeker end of it. So I guess for the job seekers that are here, they're probably wondering, okay, what's the sticker charge for this?
Yeah, well, the good news for you is that it's free. We don't charge for resume pitch cards. You can go ahead and create a free resume pitch card. We do charge for the business pitch cards. They're $15 a month, or they're $13.50 a month if you pay annually. But the resume pitch cards are completely free. You do have to agree and guarantee that you are currently seeking employment somewhere. In order to create a resume pitch card, it's going to pop up that screen making you requiring you to do that. If you're a business person that tries to create a resume pitch card, one of our team members actually reaches out to you and helps you create a business pitch card, because you automatically get networked with the different types of people or with the type of pitch card that you create. And so we don't want the business people in there kind of ruining it for the people that are job seeking. So, or vice versa. So you'll create a resume pitch card on the app, and all you do, you can just download the Pitch59 app on your phone, and you can do everything from the app, or you can do it from the desktop. You just go to pitch59.com, and then up at the top, it's going to have a little section that says business. Let me see. I've got to remember. You know what? Let me just put in the direct link for you into the chat here so that you can just go straight to it.
Can I ask a question while you're doing that? Steve, can
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so very cool. Love the QR code. Can we use the QR code like on our LinkedIn page or as an email auto signature, and it doesn't matter if other people have the app, they'll be able to access it?
Correct. Just like you got my pitch card, nobody has to have the app. You just put your QR code everywhere that you possibly can. Your pitch card is also a link. You can just copy your link and put your link on different places too. So you can put your link on LinkedIn.
Okay.
You can put your link and QR code everywhere that you want to advertise.
And as long as you're still looking for a job, it's free?
Correct.
That's very cool. And what did you say the annual charge was for a business? Because I know a business that might be interested in this, so just curious.
Yeah, it's $180 per year per pitch card. So we've got a bunch of big partnerships that are starting to happen right now with a bunch of different associations. But if anybody that owns their own business, that's in sales for a business or marketing, or does anybody that wants to just use it as a business card for themselves, it's a very, very effective tool to get your message out there.
Thank you.
You bet. Great question.
Okay. Do we want to open this up for questions? Let me take maybe you off a full spotlight and we can see everybody.
I just put that link in the chat, by the way. So that's a link where you'll go to create a resume pitch card. The business pitch cards, you just take the jobs off at the end of it.
Okay, let me get here back where we are. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Let's go here, and I'll just go around the Zoom, and we'll start with one person that I thought he had to bounce. Maybe he's still on, but Michael, are you still there?
Yeah, no, I'm great. I'm glad I stayed on. No, this is fantastic. In fact, I've been working on a pitch myself just through PowerPoint and adding narrative to it, just to go raise money, actually capital for a project that I'm working on. So this is fantastic. I love this. So thank you for sharing this with us, Jeff.
Oh, you bet. Happy to help. Thank you.
Do you have any questions?
No, not yet. I just downloaded the app and I'm just excited to get started using it.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Next up is Cindy.
This looks great. So thank you. I appreciate this. Is there connection automatically to LinkedIn to contacts, or is it just to your phone contact? Or is that a future enhancement?
Yeah, it's a future thing. So just so you know what we're working on, and this is probably a year down the road, so don't get super excited about this yet, but we are doing all these resume pitch cards just for free. But what we're going to do in the future is we're going to allow employers to post their job positions to Pitch59, and anybody that has a resume pitch card, it'll be a 2-tap application process for any job that gets posted, where you essentially, what employers can do is say, I'm looking for somebody, and we're going to use AI for them to be able to coordinate and match with the right pitch cards. But they'll be able to say, I'm looking for somebody that does HR, that's got 13 years plus of experience, that likes pets and whatever. They can be as specific as they want. And it'll synergistically match them with the your resume pitch cards. So they'll be able to push their job out to you. If you're job seeking, you'll get an email saying, hey, this is a job position that fits your qualifications. If you'd like to apply, just tap this button and we'll send your resume pitch card to that company as your application. So you won't have to fill out an application for each company. It'll just be, we send out your resume pitch card as your application for the job.
Got it. Thank you.
You bet. Don't hold your breath for that one. It'll be a little bit.
Okay, next up is Dax.
All right, thanks, Jeff, for coming on. I think we met briefly a couple months ago at a networking thing where I also met Steve, and I have had on my Pitch59 like on my to-do list, and like have just never gotten to it. And immediately today, like going through this demo, I was like, why haven't I gotten to this sooner? So I am already like, all right, when I'm done here, got to take the hat off, comb my hair, and get this taken care of because this is awesome. So
one word of caution. That's great feedback, Dex. Don't let perfection discourage you from getting it finished. Done is better than perfect. And so just get a pitch on there that you're comfortable with. It's very rare that somebody's like, I absolutely crushed it. I couldn't have done any better. Like most of the time, you're going to get a video done and say, well, I paused a little bit there, or I said, or I did whatever. That's okay. People like they're going to expect that in an interview anyway. And in fact, sometimes it endears people to you because they see that you're a normal person, like you're a human being. You've got weaknesses, you've got strengths, you've got everything. So don't be discouraged about not having a perfect video. Just get a good video on there that represents you well.
oh yeah, that's definitely, I'll actually agree with that wholeheartedly. I have, like I'm in marketing, and a lot of what I've done is helping executives with sort of thought leadership and stuff. And this is always the same advice I give them when people are trying to use social media to sort of grow their own personal brand and stuff. Exact same thing. This was basically for me, one of those things where I've come across so many tools over the last 6 months of searching that it's sort of like all of the tools kind of blend together, but seeing yours like in action really was a game changer. So yeah, I appreciate that, and yeah, can't wait to see the next iterations of this.
Thank you, Dex. Appreciate it.
So I don't usually go next, but I'm going next. And the reason I'm going next is I see this for business wise. Wouldn't this be a great way for me to introduce and have a video of I'm your career coach and just introduce myself as they're doing that? Because a lot of people are so worried about being scammed, and so I just see it as a great way in the business world for me to introduce people, because they get a call from some strange guy saying he's a career coach and they're wondering if it's spam. So
Yep.
I see it great. Next up is Dexter.
Just a heads up. If any of you decide to create a business pitch card, use the promo code Terry Slaw, and it'll give you a 20% discount on it. So it's only $120 per year. So I'll put that link in the chat here too, just in case anybody's planning on using a business pitch card.
That would be great. Thank you.
You bet.
Dexter.
All right.
Yeah, hi. This actually looks really amazing. I just want to know, are you able to customize different pitches for different applications or different audiences?
Not you don't want your general pitch should not be specific for a company. You should do that on you can send an additional video. You can link to a different additional videos on your pitch card. Your elevator pitch should be very general in nature. You're talking about yourself. You're not talking about the company that you're applying for. So we tell everybody, if you're wanting to do a specific pitch for a company, you can do that directly with a video. Just attach a video or something like that to your pitch card or to the email, however you're going to send it. But your elevator pitch is something that you don't want it to be specific to a company. You want to be able to give it to friends and family, have them share it around with any potential fits. Just make sure that in your pitch, you kind of address the sector, the space, the industry that you're trying to work with, and then let your personality go the rest of the way.
Sure. Thanks.
Thanks, Dexter. Next up is Sheena.
Hi, I just wanted to clarify. I'm assuming that any employer, even if they don't subscribe, could view this profile, correct?
Correct. In fact, yeah, I'm happy to share a resume pitch card with you guys so that you can see the exact experience. In fact, if you have your camera, just open up your camera one more time and let me share. I'm going to share Hayden's pitch card with you. And you'll see exactly what the employer will see. Let's see.
Thank you. I just wanted to clarify, I love the product, but I wanted to make sure anybody could view it, not just people who subscribe.
It works everywhere and it doesn't require anybody to download the app. Your pitch card is going to be completely functional for them. They can save your information, they can share it, they can watch your pitch, they can get your about me information, they can check out your resume. Everything is completely functional on that pitch card for everybody.
Thank you.
You bet.
All right. Next up is Kent.
Hi, thanks. Looks like a really great thing. I've heard of a lot of really good marketers that are out there going door to door, and some kill it and others don't. You were one of the ones that must have killed it, and now you're taking it to another level with this. So pretty exciting stuff. Seems like that the main thing is being able to share information, and not necessarily for employers doing a search, but it's really for job seekers now. I think you just explained that. So my mind is trying to wrap around, okay, how it works, but I'm kind of getting it as we were talking about it, that if you have the QR code, then you're able to be introduced.
Yeah.
I had really another interview as a job application they asked me to do something like this. They wanted to see a minute and a half video. They wanted to have a 40-second voice recording and things. And I thought that was a good way to be introduced. So maybe my question, just since I'm still trying to figure that out, is how big is Pitch59, and are there any issues that people have with it? Is it well, how big is it, I guess, first?
Yeah, we've got about 6.5. We're almost 7,000 people on the platform now, and we are just getting started. We've spent the last 5 years kind of slowly rolling it out to different types of groups and audiences, getting feedback. Found out that a lot of people were struggling with their pitches, so we went and we spent a ton of time working on the AI elevator pitch creator, the video teleprompter, the video recording, just trying to make that process simpler for you so that you can create your pitch card in just a few minutes rather than it taking a year. And so we've spent a lot of time building out, making sure that the product is refined so that the app works the way that you want it to do. All the suggestions, the recommendations, the daily success challenges, the other pitch card carousel where you can watch other people's pitches on there, all that kind of thing. We're not advertising it to employers yet. It'll probably be 6 months to a year before we even start to begin that process. But the reason that everybody's coming on and getting pitch cards right now is because you use this as a networking tool. Use it as your business card. So anybody that's interested in, for example, right now, if I was talking to you in a grocery store and I said, yeah, well, why don't you send your information over to me? You're going to be thinking, okay, I got to get his email, or I got to get his phone number, and then I've got to go and find my resume, and I've got to write up a cover letter for it, and I've got to do all these things, and then I've got to send that over to him. If you have your pitch card, all you do is just say, yeah, do you mind just opening up your camera, or can I text this to you? If you want to text it to them, you get their phone number too. But here's my pitch card. And yeah, if you'll just go through my information there, all of it's there. So you can put everything that you possibly have onto your pitch card so that it's all in one place. And then you just update that pitch card instead of updating it everywhere that you've already sent it to. So just, and this will probably cross your mind too, like what's the best and most effective way to use your pitch card? Well, first of all, use it as a business card, like you would whenever you're talking to anybody, whether it's an employer, a friend, a family member, anybody that might be able to help you. But then we have some other webinars. In fact, I'm going to put that link on here. These webinars are specifically for business, but the principles that we teach in these webinars are completely correlated with resume pitch cards as well. So you won't be out of, I mean, it'll make complete sense if you show up to these. Let me put that I'm going to put this in the chat here as well. But these webinars that we do trainings on how to use your pitch card, how to be most effective with it. We have a training called The Secret to Getting Daily Referrals. And in that, we go through the psychology of why people do refer you and why they don't refer you and what you're doing wrong in getting those referrals. And so we teach some basic principles on how to get people referring, introducing, connecting, doing all that kind of stuff. I just put it in the chat. That last one is the link to the webinars. You're welcome to register for any of those. We have like creating profitable referral partnerships. We have a presentation on perfecting your pitch. And so you're welcome to attend any of those. They're just online webinars. We do them every week, 30 to 45 minutes generally.
Oh, they're not videos at this point.
Not yet. We just started them, and we need a little bit more practice before we record those and put them out there. So
I get it. And then are there some metrics in terms of like how it's working, how it's going? I'm thinking about areas, a lot of students from BYU that I see there, a lot of people from Utah there. I guess it's kind of the beginning, so you're expanding,
yeah,
but
if you go to the resume carousel, you're gonna see a lot of BYU Provo, BYU Idaho, BYU Hawaii, and Ensign College. They were the first schools that partnered with us, and then UVU partnered with us, and then we have Lone Star College out of Texas, and then we have there's another school up in Oregon, and I'm forgetting their name. They put a ton of pitch cards on as well. It's a medical school up there, and then you're going to see some from LSU. They're starting to come on now. So it's just we actually don't advertise the resume side. It's just when people find out about it that we do presentations on it because we're so focused on the business side right now. We're trying to get to profitability ourselves. But the resume side is certainly a huge sector that we want to make it an incredible experience in the future.
thank you.
You bet.
All right, next up is Kim Christensen.
Hi, I really wish I had something, a really great question to ask, but I think everybody's already asked them. I understand the concept. I've done elevator pitches before, so this is just a way to automate it. So thank you. This has been great.
You bet. Thank you.
Next is Delmer.
I think you're muted, Delmer.
Yeah, that doesn't help when I'm on mute. Excuse me. Yeah, people don't know who I am, and I don't have an opportunity. They get to know me. So sometimes actually speaking to them, then they can find out a little bit, hey, what do you actually do for work? And that's an easy way. I just had somebody ask me, well, I don't think a resume would be a good thing to send to me, but I'm going to do this for him and send it to him so he can share it with a neighbor of his that might have some leads for me. So yeah, I don't have any questions for you. It seems like it's pretty straightforward and easy to use, so that is nice.
Well, let me give you one tip that we recommend in the Secret to Getting Daily Referrals webinar. People love to help people hit goals. And so if you reach out to your contacts, let's say you have a couple of business friends that are in positions that might know people that would be interested in hiring you. What I would do is I would reach out to them and say, hey, Sarah, I'm trying to get my pitch card shared 15 times this week. Would you mind just sharing this with anybody that you think might be interested in potentially hiring me or bringing me in for an interview, something like that? Let people know what your goal is and then ask them to do a specific thing with that. So you can reach out to any, and that can be any department. It doesn't have to be just friends and family. You can ask colleagues, you can ask people on LinkedIn, you can ask anybody, but just go through and set a goal first, like set your goal to have your resume pitch card shared 100 times this month. And then in that Secret to Getting Daily Referrals, we help you build out a referral program and plan to get it done. But in general, if you just let people know what your goal is and then ask them to share that, it'll take them 7 or 8 seconds to share that 3-way introduction with you with your pitch card. You actually get introduced to that person as well. They don't have to include you, but most of the time they do. And that way you can follow up the conversation with them through email or through text.
Okay.
Okay, next is Jessica.
I think this is amazing. I think this is a wonderful idea, and I'm very, very impressed.
Thank you.
Next is Dave.
Yeah, no questions, but I also agree. This is impressive. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
All right. Next is Steve.
I'm glad you called on me just as a jet was flying over my house. I'm up in Kaysville, so near the Hill Air Force Base. So hopefully you can hear me well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I worked with companies like HireVue in the past, and of course, when I got my master's degree at the U, they did a similar thing, to help you get jobs and stuff, and do a 2-minute interview process, right, to kind of give everyone the stuff. But I just never felt like very comfortable about that. I do understand, doing it 5 to 20 times, because I'm sure I did it probably 10 for my MIS program, and it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
But
Well, and one of the differences too with like HireVue or another platform is essentially you're trying to record a preliminary interview for that company.
right,
What about the next company and the next
right,
company
right.
with everybody? Your
And
pitch card, you just nail it once and then you can use it everywhere.
And I think that's what I love about this, and I'm kind of old school that way, and I'm sure a lot of the people on this call are as well. It's like, really, I got to update my resume for every single job I put out there for it. But this kind of gets you away from that, right? To say, just be you, be genuine, and then you can update your resume somewhere else or whatever, or get more personal when you get to those interviews. But I do like it. I think it's kind of cool, and appreciate it. Thanks so much for coming on and giving us the insight today.
You bet. Thank you.
Next up is Jason.
Well, yeah, it's an impressive design. Yeah, and I, just now thinking it's kind of like a video gist card, which is more of a Steve word. You might not recognize that, but yeah, Craig Middlemass came through this group, and he was showing us his pitch card, and so that's where we heard about Pitch59 the first time, and that was the same video that you just showed us again.
Awesome.
So yeah, it sounded like a very good idea in terms of getting a quick introduction done to people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but appreciate your time coming out.
You bet.
Okay, Mitch.
I just want to say congratulations. What a great tool, Jeff. And thanks, Steve, for bringing this in for us. I'm just really beginning the job search and kind of wondering, after years of employment, what I'm going to do to stand out. And this is definitely something that I'll use. And I know a few people that can use it also. So, yeah, thank you very much.
We're actually running into more and more employers that are seeing resume pitch cards, and we've heard from some employers that they're now requiring everybody that applies to send them a resume pitch card because it saves them so much time on their end too. And so yeah, that's awesome. So eventually we want to create this ecosphere where everybody that's job seeking has a resume pitch card, and then employers are able to just send out their positions and have it find the best fits, and then let all of those other people just quickly apply to the jobs, because it's if we look at the hiring process right now, it's very antiquated. It looks very similar to what it did 75 years ago, even though technology is so advanced now. And so we want to speed that up, make it simpler, easier for humans to create that emotional connection.
Yeah, great product. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I think I got everybody but Nick. Nick, do you have any questions?
I don't have any questions. I just want to reiterate what everybody said. Amazing product. My biggest hurdle is getting to getting in-person time with employers or whatever. I'm doing a lot of phone interviews and everything. This is a way for me to maybe break through that wall. So thank you very much for sharing this product.
Oh, happy to. Thank you very much.
So
can I ask another question here, Steve?
Yes, please do.
Or maybe Jeff. I guess going back to the metrics question, I think about in terms of like how fast do people get hired, or how fast what does it take? How much success are you getting off of, success are people getting off of the pitches? Do you have metrics around those kinds of things? And what about the people that are using it as their business, as trying to get leads for their business type thing?
Yeah. Those that actively use their pitch cards get on average 8 to 10 times more referrals and introductions than they used to get. So we can't control how often you use your pitch card, but if you use it, it's a very, very effective tool for getting the introductions that you want to get. As far as on the hiring side, we don't know because we haven't pushed it out to employers yet. We don't know what kind of time that saves employers yet. We have a feeling that it saves about 4 hours in the hiring process for between all the different calls that they set up and then go through. And just as I used to be a small business owner, and I hired, at one point we had about 25 people working for us. And we hired people all the time. And we would go through applications just like every other company, trying to find the ones that were the best fits and then call and schedule like 5 interviews for those people to come in. And then within the first 30 to 55 or 60 seconds when they came in, generally that was enough for us to get an idea of whether or not they would be a good fit for our company. And so those that weren't going to be a good fit, we sat there through another 20 or 30-minute interview with those people so that we weren't rude with them. But we knew that it was wasting our time and it was wasting their time. It was very inefficient. Whereas if they would have just sent us a resume pitch card first, we would have been able to quickly identify those that would fit with the kind of the culture of the company that we were trying to build, and then just make the decisions on those people to bring in. So anyway, I don't know about the time saving and all that kind of stuff yet. We're getting there, but hopefully we'll have those answers for you in about a year, which might be too long, but we'll have those answers by then.
Thank you.
You bet.
Hey, Steve, can I ask a question? Sorry.
Yeah.
Can these pitches be embedded onto like LinkedIn or on a news feed? So I see a lot of news feeds and they're just blank. Some people just even just post their resume on there.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Yeah, your pitch card is a link. It's a QR code. It's everything, every way that you could share or that you would want to share your pitch card. So I would absolutely add it to your social media profiles, your LinkedIn profile and everything. But also, if I were you, I would share this on LinkedIn and just say, hey, anybody that's if you'll watch my pitch, give me some feedback, but then would you mind just sharing this with one or two other people that might be interested in potentially working with me? Something like that. Like use LinkedIn. You can direct message people on LinkedIn with your pitch card. Just copy and paste your link into LinkedIn wherever you'd like. There's actually a way for other people to post it as a post on their LinkedIn as well. So if they just tap the little LinkedIn button underneath your pitch card, it'll create a post for them to share your pitch card on their LinkedIn social media profiles or not profiles, but their social media posts and everything. You can share it on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok if you want. You can share it wherever you want because those pitch cards are links as well.
Good to know. Thanks.
You bet.
All right. Does anybody else have any more questions? I mean, lots of good questions.
I noticed there's a additional gallery photos files. Any suggestions there? Like pique people's, like, should that be more of your hobbies or more, like, what are your thoughts on that? Does it really matter?
So a lot of people put their hobbies, talents, skills. Sometimes they like to post pictures of their family too, if they want. One of the things that we do recommend is if you are in any type of position where like your work is visual, certainly post pictures of that. If you're marketing, advertising, art, anything like that, post pictures of it. If you do any type of work with your hands, oftentimes showing your work there is great. But if you have like a PDF of a presentation that you've done, or if you have a file or a document that you want to put on your pitch card as well, you can upload pictures, files, or documents onto that gallery area.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. And then the other thing that we don't have a lot of people using this yet because we don't typically advertise this a whole lot. But if you have any previous employers or, like I said, friends or family members that are willing to leave a short little video, just leave even a selfie video, just saying, hey, I've been working with Steve for 13 years. This is what I've noticed. He's fantastic, blah, blah, blah. Upload that video onto your pitch card as a video reference there.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. In the spirit of networking, which this is all about, Jeff, I know you were at an event with Terry Slaw and it was at Melissa's office. We're having a Wasatch Employer Network event this Wednesday. We have it the first Wednesday of each month. And also, if you need an introduction at Weber State, I don't know if you, but we have somebody who serves on our WEN and another.
We would love one.
So I'm happy to
We would
connect.
love one. If you'll use my pitch card to do that, Steve, we'd love to chat with them.
Okay.
Steve, just real quick, there's a question here about bias. If people get your pitch card and they see that you're a white male or see that you're something different, if you're female or whatever, we have been asked that in the past. Does this make it easier for employers to discriminate? And at first, we were like, we don't really know. But as we've done further research and we've gotten more feedback from employers and agencies and everything, we're finding that this is almost as the opposite of allow employers to easily discriminate against you because you get to be human to them. So, Martin Luther King said that we need to judge people based on the content of their character rather than the color of their skin. Well, how do you do that? How do you judge somebody on the content of their character? Well, I would say you give them the stage, let them speak, get to know them, give them a chance to voice their person, let you know their personality and everything. So we discourage everybody from sending a picture of yourself because then that's really easy to make surface level discriminatory decisions based on. But if you become a human being and they may make an immediate decision, oh, you're not American or you're not this or you're not this. But once you start to speak, that can oftentimes change that biased nature in human beings. And so we encourage everybody to be as human as you can to everybody. Don't be a surface level human being, be yourself. And so these pitch cards, what we're finding so far is that if they might have had not as good of a chance before because their name was different on their resume, it's a foreign name or something like that, or they didn't speak really good English. Well, by allowing that person to come to life and introduce themselves and explain who they are and what their background is, maybe they speak 15 other languages that you didn't know about or something like that, it's just a lot better opportunity to get to judge people based on the content of their character rather than the color of their skin. Great question, though.
Thank you. Is there any more questions for Jeff? And Jeff, I am so excited that you as a CEO came and spoke to us today. I really am.
Oh, I'm honored. Thanks for the opportunity. We're happy to do it.
Any more questions for Jeff?
All right. Thanks, you guys. Best of luck to you all. Feel free to send me your pitch card and let me know who you're looking to get connected with, and I'm happy to share it for you as well.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff. Take care.
Bye-bye.